I'm sorry, what did you say?
I just said hi, Lisa, because I can see her face now.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so I'm recording. We'll go ahead and get started. I'm going to be cognizant of your guys' time and try to make this around 30 minutes. First
Are
of all,
you getting the notification as for weather? Sorry to interrupt. My phone's crazy.
what did it say?
It looks like our Jefferson Scranton weather is for our schools are trying to notify us right now too. I bet they're either delayed or canceled in the morning.
We canceled already like at 4 o'clock this afternoon. We don't have school tomorrow, so I bet it's coming.
Goodness.
Yep. All right, so thanks for hopping on, you guys. I'm super excited. I love doing this. I love meeting with different teams. And I just appreciate your time tonight. I kind of have an agenda, but by all means, this is for you guys. So if I'm talking about something and it spurs a thought, please unmute yourself and ask questions. Let's chat. I kind of just wanted to go through some things after talking with Tara. All of you are at a different point in your Zaya journey. Some of you have different goals than others, but that's okay. That's what this is all about, right? But you're here for a reason. You said yes to Zaya for a reason, and you chose to be on this call tonight because there's something in you that wants this to be something for yourself, whether that's more relationships, that community aspect, that financial aspect. So I challenge you to dig deep. A lot of times we want to not tell people what our goals are because we're fearful of that failure. So it's easier just to say like, well, I'm just going to kind of do it, but not really do it. And when you do that and you don't tell your sponsor and your leader where you're at with your business, it only hurts you. So don't be afraid to like put it out there. You know what? I'd really like to hit director. I'd really like to do more with this. I would love to build a team so that when your sponsor knows that and your leaders know that, they can better help you. And it's only fair to yourself. Don't just let chance take over and say, oh gosh, you know, if it happens, it happens. Because in this line of work, it doesn't happen that way. You do have to put in the time, be consistent, put in the effort in order to make yourself successful in this business. So I just challenge you to just be real with yourself and real with your goals. And then if it is a difference, then shift your mindset there and we'll help you. We'll help you in whatever way we can. This team is not just you out there alone. Like we love to dig in and help different teams and help each other rise up. And that's how this whole thing works. I did dig into your guys' team quite a bit, and there are several of you that are on the verge of director. When I look at your teams, I first look at your PV. So if your PV is already at $10,000, that's director value. And then I start looking at your team. What is your team doing? And I would go back to October because November and December, if you had low months, you're not the only one. A lot of us did as a whole company. We had low months. Don't let that get you down. That's just the way it was. And it's okay for companies to do a little bit of that. But I would look at your team and I would say, okay, is Stacy's team in that $5,500 to $7,000 range? If she's in that range and her personal volume's around $10,000, she's ready to go for director. So I would dig into her team as her leader and I would say, okay, then who on her team has goals? Does she want to hit junior rep? Does she want to hit? Because when you help others on your team rise and reach their goals, you're going to reach yours. So at that team level of 5,500 to 7,000, they only need a little bit more accumulatively to hit $10,000 for the month. So it can happen. It can happen really quickly, but again, you have to say it out loud. You have to let your team know what you're going for, and you have to help your teammates reach their goals. If you went through Dash to Director last time, don't let that discourage you if you didn't reach director. I think company wide, the average is you hit director within 16 months. So don't be discouraged if you didn't hit director in 3 months. Our team is really, again, we really like to help each other reach that quicker and faster. And that's why we started the Dash to Director program. But by all means, again, don't be discouraged if you didn't get it last time. Life happens. We can't compare Tara can't compare herself to myself. She's got a full-time job. She's got kiddos who are in sports all the time. It is not a level playing field. So we just have our own journeys in our own Zaya businesses. Do you have any questions with any of that? So next, I want to touch on something that we always touch on, like a broken record, but the 4 simple steps. So I will say, as a leader in Zaya today, I do the same things that I did when I started Zaya. I party all the time still. I think sometimes we reach a level in our business where we have some teammates and then we're like, okay, now I can be a leader. I don't know if that ever happens unless you're like Natalie Robinson, who's like major, I don't even know how many people on her team. But I think you have to continue to party. You have to continue to show your team and show up for your personal business, because that's where you're going to meet new hostesses who become new reps. And that's where you're going to meet new hostesses to party with. And it just keeps your business flowing. So reaching out is the first step. Again, I know we talk about these all the time, but it's true. I mean, it really is 4 simple steps of reaching out. And so if you haven't done this in a while, I did this in December, I want to say. A lot of us were trying to book parties for January and February. So I did it again. I made a list of 100. You're supposed to just take a piece of paper and write names down without overthinking it. Like as many names as you can. Who would you want to host? Who do you want to add to your team? And just write them down. And then from there, that's kind of your workable list that you start reaching out, asking people to party, asking people to join your team, whatnot. And then the second one is partying, having those parties. And we can talk about that in a little bit because I know a lot of people are struggling with parties right now. Following up, if you didn't catch Sam Higginson's call today, catch the recording of that. He had a guy named Buck on there who is really well versed in this direct sales channel. And he really talked about follow-up. He's like, if you're not doing follow-up, you are totally missing out on a huge part of your business. He talked about how we are super comparable to Lululemon and Athleta, but how we have a big leg up on them because we have this relationship with our customers and we need to build that relationship. When you buy something from Lululemon and you leave and you go home to try it on, they don't follow up with you. They don't ask you how your leggings fit. We get to do that for our customers, and that's what sets us apart. So that follow-up is just super key. So finding a system. I am not a systems girl. I'm kind of one of those who will go through my order history like once every other week, and I'll just message as many people as I can just to follow up. But there's a lot of great systems out there that you can follow. It's just really important. And if you hate cold messaging, then follow up. If you get more consistent in your following up on orders, you won't have to sit there and cold message people because your parties are going to come from that follow up. And then the last one is adding business partners to your team. And we can talk about that a little bit more later too. I know when we say reach out, party, follow up, recruit, to everybody, those aren't easy things. They're not easy things for myself. Reaching out is not my favorite thing. Again, I don't have a great system of following up. So if you're struggling in any of those areas, let us know. Like you're not the only one who struggles with your parties. You're not the only one out there who struggles to get parties. We all do. So again, don't just sit and flounder. Let us know like how we can help you. Maybe I can connect you to a training call that I watched, or connect you to somebody who is really well versed in that certain area. Any questions?
Everybody's so quiet.
Yeah, I think I will take a minute just to like anything that you guys want to go over as far as those 4 maybe that you're like struggling with or have questions on?
I have a lady that signed up under me, and she was super excited to get started and wanted me to help her do a launch party, which I did in December, but she didn't have anybody buy anything. So I think we're going to try again this month, but I don't know if there's something different. Like I just ran it like a regular party, and I just added her name in with everything, and I had her set up a link so everything would have went through her. But I don't know if it was because it was December, right around Christmas.
Yeah, it very well could have been. And that's hard because she was excited, and it has her enthusiasm probably gone down.
Well, she did say, I hope this isn't a sign of what it's going to be like. And I said, I think it's, my month in December was not as good as the others. So I said, I think it's probably just this month.
I would suggest my launch party was not a good launch party, by the way. But I would suggest a relaunch. I think you guys should do that. And then maybe some things that she can do are put something out there on her main Facebook page, and maybe you can help her write that, because those are scary things. But like, hey, I'm starting my own activewear company business, help her with that verbiage and include the link to join the party. And she might have to do, I feel like with all our parties, and maybe yours are going really, really well, but I feel like our hostesses right now need to do more than they used to. We used to say, hey, add your friends, and then we'd have $1,000 party. And I feel like it's not necessarily happening that easily. So having her message her friends and actually say, I'm having a party. It starts on Sunday. Here's the link to join. Even though she already invited them, adding that second step is really important.
She also said that she would have a lot of people that wouldn't necessarily order on Facebook. They don't have Facebook.
Yes.
And so she would show them the catalog, which I don't know how the catalogs really work. Honestly, I've never even opened the starter kit that they gave me except for the clothes.
Yeah, there's not a catalog. There's a lookbook.
Okay.
So you're not missing out. You're not missing anything. It's all online. As far as that goes, I think that's a thing. I mean, there's people getting off Facebook because of all the politics and stuff. So creating an image for her that says I'm having a party, and then including the link to shop. That's all people really need. And then maybe including your phone number, or she's a rep. So, just saying, if you have any questions, let me know. But she can text out that link.
You could also try maybe putting together something and then emailing it to her, and then have her send that to people who are not on Facebook World or any social media. That might be an option too. I just had a gal that did that, and it seemed to work, because some of our elderly ladies, 50 and above, they don't do Facebook, some of them. So that would be an option too.
Really good suggestion. Yeah. Have you guys heard of the new Verb app thing that's Zaya's putting out? A little bit. I can't see.
I think I saw an email, but.
Okay, so just really quickly, I'm super excited about this because I do fear that there's a lot of Facebook parties and a lot of things are getting missed, and the algorithms are kind of messed up. So Zaya uses an app called Verb, and as Tara knows, the app is no good. I mean, I didn't get it. It just didn't have a lot of value for us as reps. So Zaya went to Verb and said, hey, we're going to get rid of you guys. Our reps really aren't using this. And Verb said, well, wait a minute. We think we have something for you. So they came out with a feature of our app where we can create a link, and we can send that link to our hostesses. And our hostesses can send that to her friends and family and say, hey, my rep Robin is having a party at 8:30 on Tuesday night. All you have to do is click on this link. It's not a Facebook party. It's not an Instagram party. There's no social media involved. They will click on that link, enter their name and email, and they're live with you. So I don't know if you guys are comfortable going live, but while you're live, there are bubbles like around your head. And if you're talking about the unwind joggers, you click on that bubble, it'll be here. And if your customers from that party like that item, they click on the bubble and it takes them directly to your website to shop. And so it's going to be another way to party. And I'm really, again, excited about it. There's more to it than that. But at the end of the party, you will get a report of who was in there, who was interacting, who shopped. You'll get a report of that. You can also use this for your VIP group. You could say, hey, I'm going live at 8:30 on Tuesday night. Join this link so they can be a part of this new experience with the bubbles and all of that too. So it's pretty new, just coming down the pipe, but it is out there. I need to play around with it more.
Is that going to be at cost then?
Yeah, I think it's $9.50 a month, I want to say. It's free your first 14 days to try out. So yeah, you'd have to decide if that's, something that you're interested or not. I'd probably wait and see how successful people, how much success people are having with it first. It's my goal to try it soon. I just haven't done so yet. So let me see here. Oh, okay. So we were talking, let's go into building a team, adding team members. If you haven't seen, I did a little 17-minute video for Summit, and it was on prospecting and adding business partners. I really, really sucked at recruiting or adding team members in my previous direct sales business, like 7.5 years in, and I just never really got it. I made it more about me than them. I was scared to ask people. So I changed my mindset when I went to Zaya. And I learned a lot by watching other people, by watching training videos. And so this 17-minute video I did is an accumulation of everything that I've learned. So I'll shoot that over to Tara. And if you have time, I would watch that because again, they're not my tips, but they're things that were super impactful for me and that really made a difference in my business. And so I would watch that first if you're wanting to build a team and if you're wanting to add members. But how I go about it, and it talks about in this video, is I just ask. I don't shoot her a long list of why she should join, why I think she should join. I don't tell her all the great things about Zaya. My first initial ask is just, hey, have you thought about becoming a Zaya rep? Have you thought about the opportunity with Zaya? I really think you'd be good at it. And that's all I say. And then I wait for her to respond. And based on her response, typically it's, oh, I don't know very many people. I don't know how to use social media very well. I'm not good at sales. Depending on her response, I help her problem solve through that. And typically I use voice messenger, and Tara knows that too. I like to use voice messenger. It's first of all quicker, but in a situation like this, I feel like it gets your heart across, and it's not just typed words. Your voice comes across better when you're using that. So yeah, I definitely recommend watching that because again, it's got some good tips in it. When you add a new rep, this is super important too. When we add new reps to our teams, the way I personally like to do it is a 30-minute Zoom. I think it's crucial. I think I need 30 minutes to connect with her, to talk about her insecurities, to talk about why she joined, and then just to run through some of the basics of our back office. I don't go into everything at all. I don't go into returns. I don't go into all the stuff. I just connect with her. I just think it's super important when you add a rep to do so. And then I also think it's important to run her launch party. So 2 key things: connect with her and run her first launch party, which I know you guys are doing that. But I've had so many gals who join and they're like, I'm just joining for the discount. And I typically say, okay, super cool, but can we Zoom for 30 minutes? I just want to show you what's here. And so many times by the end of that 30-minute Zoom call, she's like, oh my gosh, I'm excited. I want to do more. And so just showing her how simplified our business model is key, and how easy it is to duplicate, and how she doesn't have to have catalogs and order forms and flyers, and how we basically have our own online boutique. Telling her and walking her through all of that, by the end of the conversation, she might just have a different mindset. Any questions, you guys?
No, I'm just going to add to that though, Robin. So
Please.
some of the gals, even if they're like your customers who are constantly buying and buying and buying every month, month to month to month, reach out to them, ask them, be like, hey, have you thought about being a rep just for that discount? You'd be surprised how many gals from our team that has actually joined just for that discount. And then they've taken this business, and some are executives, some are Zia execs. There's so much opportunity, even if it's just somebody who is just buying once a month, every 3 months. Just always throw that out there. And I always tell you guys too, like, it doesn't matter if your host has a $200 show, $1,000 show, always offer that to her right before you close. Because if it's $20 she can use for the kit, it's $20. I mean, it could be 150, but just offer it. If they say no, that's okay too. Sometimes that no isn't always going to be a no. And some of you gals that are on the team know that too. Some of it was you.
Yeah, such good points. Yes, so many good points. Because I look at it like we have to tell our hostesses that this is her option or this is her option. Does she want the $65 pair of leggings, or does she want to use it towards the starter kit? So such a good point. And what was your first point? No, the following up. Yeah, that's again, it's when they say no, or they ghost your message, or they don't respond back. I talked about this in our Dash Director call the other night. That doesn't mean that they could have just saw the message and they're going to come back to it and they forgot, or they meant to respond and they didn't. I look at it as, when I get a message from somebody like that, sometimes I think she's probably just blasting through all of her friends list looking for a party. But if she comes back to me a week later and she says, hey, did you get my message? Have you thought about having a party? Then I'm like, gosh, she's serious about me. Like, she actually came back and followed up. And so many people on our team are finding that to be super successful. Reach out, but then follow up with those reach outs. That's huge. So yeah, good points. So Tara, I'll send you that that whatever recruiting video that I did to share with everybody. And I would just, there's 3 things going on in our company right now that I kind of want to mention really quickly. One is the trip. And I know that a lot of people look at that trip and then they like throw it in the garbage. Like, that's not going to happen. But I want to make you guys realize that you really can do this by hitting that 3 by 2,500. So adding 3 reps to your team. And like Tara said, one of those reps might be one of your best customers. And that's okay. Sometimes we're afraid to lose our best customers, but they may end up doing more. So if you add 3 reps to your team and you sell $2,500 by the end of January, you will have 20 points already in the first month. And it only takes 55 points to earn the trip. So every single one of you can do this. And as you're adding those 3 reps and you're launching them, well, guess what's going to happen? You're going to rank advance. You could rank advance very quickly, and that's just additional points. So I know it seems unattainable. I mean, I remember in my previous business when they talked about a trip, I was like, whatever, that's so not me. And I wrote it off for 2 years. And then finally one year I was so close, I missed it by just a few points. I was like, it kind of woke me up. So I want you to wake up now and realize, like, you really can do this. The other one is the Dash Director program, which we talked about. It started on January 1st. It's not too late to sign up if you haven't signed up. If nothing else, it is great training. It's not going to be the same leaders doing the trainings as the last time. We've got new leaders in there doing the trainings. Your commitment level is catching a training every other Tuesday night. They're at 8 o'clock, but we always record them. And I would really recommend diving into that because it helps you stay connected to your business, if nothing else. So that will take you through January, February, March. And like I said, I've got several names written down on this team that are in that level that are absolutely right in play to hit director, like right there. And so, Tara, if we want to do some more digging in, I would love to pull in this team, pull in that team, and kind of work with them. We can absolutely do that.
That sounds good. And you girls just reach out to us too if you are interested. I know some of you already have, but if I miss somebody, shoot me a message. And I know some of the gals are struggling with parties too. And just starting with the new year, I would just keep asking, like Robin said, because eventually someone's going to say yes. It might be 2 out of 10, but 2 is better than 0. So don't get frustrated because it happens to all of us. I think this whole month of January, I have 1 show. So I don't get too worried about it though. But always on your business pages too, girls, even if you post 2 times a day, just something, just always show up, because I feel like if we're not showing up, eventually whoever is watching your page, if you're not posting anything, they're going to find somebody else who is, even if it's a new release from the week before, or one of our teammates, and it's something, just if you can just post once a day, even if it's like, hey, happy Friday, something to just draw in their attention for that Wednesday new release or the Monday sales, something.
Yes, definitely. You got to let them know that your business, that your door is open for business. Otherwise, they will go somewhere else.
And we also, like Robin, our community in Greene County here, it's almost getting saturated with us reps. And I just keep telling the girls, don't worry about it, because some of us are taking it and going full with it as a business. And some girls are just there just for that discount. So we can't be intimidated by anybody else or compare ourselves with them. Just do what you want to do, what your heart is telling you. If you want to keep building your business, go for it, because you're going to get there for sure.
Yeah. And sometimes standing out and writing the thank you notes, that's like a thing of the past, or, really nourishing those relationships is really important. And I do like our business. It's not like a Arbonne where you're tied into that rep, or like Rodan and Fields where when you purchase, with our customers, they can shop whoever's having the party. And so I really like that too. And, and if you guys have a strong team and you know that that's the way it works, keeping that really positive too. So yeah, again, back to what I said at the beginning, be open with your sponsor, let her know what you want and encourage your team to do the same. Have them be open with you so that you can better help them reach their goals. Do you guys have any questions? I'm trying to go over my notes, make sure I kind of touched on everything. Again, I would catch that Sam Higginson call too. That was good today.
Yeah.
So anybody can do the Dash to Director. How does that work? I guess I really haven't had time to look into that.
Yeah, you bet. Yes, absolutely anybody. Even if somebody joins your team February 5th, you want to tell her about the Dash to Director program because she can jump in too. But yeah, information can be found on the Connect page under announcements. It's just a website link and it's a Facebook page. I'm trying to think where we can grab that. Terry, you have it.
Sorry to interrupt you. I think, girls, it's in our chat too, on our WhatsApp chat. I might have posted it there too. I'll double check. And if not, I'll put it back in there too. If Robin wants to shoot it to me, I'll just repost it in there. You just click on that and you can go from there.
Yeah, it's plus at the end, there's a $1,500 cash prize. I mean, we're gonna put all the people who hit director into a drawing. Somebody will win 1,500, somebody will win 1,000, and then we've got two $500 cash prizes. So I guess why wouldn't you jump in? Why wouldn't you, get that extra training? The community is good. The incentives are good. So it's just a good thing. Any other questions, you guys?
You guys are so quiet.
It's late. You're tired. It's dark outside.
No, school is canceled in Greene County. Surprise! I don't think it's even doing anything.
I'm gonna have to rewatch this call because this craziness going on right here, a child and two puppies, and I can't even tell you. half
Honey,
of
that's
what
my
you said.
life. Oh my God, that's my life right there.
Yeah.
I'm at my office right now, but I love your floors, by the way.
Thank you. It's throughout
Yeah.
the whole downstairs here.
That's
Oh, they're crazy.
His
That's
little
good,
giggle says it all.
What's that?
I said his little giggle says it all. He's happy.
He's naughty and you know it.
Oh, but he's a cutie. He's never naughty when I'm around.
You don't come around enough, apparently.
All right, you guys, I will let you go. Tara, I'm going to send you this recording.
Okay.
I hope that was helpful. You guys, if you want to do this again in a couple of weeks, in a month, whatever, we can do this anytime. Yeah, if you can come to Des Moines, I seriously just miss people. So I am going to have a Zaya thing at Java Joe's downtown Des Moines 2 Saturdays, not this Saturday, next Saturday. So if you can come, stop by. I don't know if anybody will show up, but I'm going to go.
That sounds like fun. I cannot make that, but thank you for offering.
Yes. Hopefully somebody shows up, drinks coffee with me.
Maybe if you were drinking mimosa or margaritas, they'd
True.
all.
Very true. Very true.
No, I'm just kidding. Thanks, Robin. I appreciate it.
You
I hope
guys,
everybody-
thank you.
Great night.
Yeah, stay safe, you guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.